This episode of On the Road brought to you by King's Camouflage. Any tag, anytime. Well, we're out here on our daily routine of throwing a few broadheads at the target. We usually throw them around 50, 60 yards, at least 20 shots a day. But we told you we're going to do a review on this Hoyt Spyder. We're definitely going to do that. First, let's take a tour of the new Hoyt facilities built about a year and a half ago. They're in Salt Lake City, Utah. Met up with Jeremy Eldredge, and he took us on a tour of the facilities. Let's check it out. Right in the money. Well, we made it. 17 hours on the road from East Texas through Kansas, Colorado. We finally made it to Hoyt. We're gonna go and have a little walkthrough with Jeremy Eldredge, and hopefully he'll tell us some secrets about Hoyt. Come on, let's go check it out. Good morning. How are you? Is Jeremy in?
Do you want me to call him?
Please. Aha!
You good?
There's the man.
What's up?
How are you, man? Good to see
How
you.
are you doing?
Good to see you. You got a present for me?
There we go, buddy. New Hoyt Spyder. Ready to go.
Look at that. Always comes with a cool hat. The Spyder 34. I wanted
Smooth rig right
I
there.
wanted it a little bit longer, just for a little better, a little more forgiving than the short ones. I have a couple of short ones already. I wanted the longer one. They say there's really not much difference, but that's pretty sharp. They got some new air shocks on them up here. We'll talk about all that later in the review we do of it, but
You're gonna love it. It's my favorite hunt bow we've ever made. It's so tough to beat. Everything on there. It's just so smooth, quick, easy to draw, lightweight.
hopefully we can get a brewing with it here in the next 3 weeks and stick a couple mule deer with it. So is there any way you can show me around the new building here? Parts of it?
We can show you some things. Some things are off limits, but we can show you a little bit.
Too many secrets at Hoyt. But that's why they're the leader in archery, is because they keep
Right.
things a secret. The boardroom, where all the important meetings take place,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
important meetings there. Call us the bullpen.
The bullpen, I can
Yeah.
see why.
So
And
all
you-
these critters on the wall come from Hoyt employees who shot all this stuff.
And their wives won't let them have them at home.
They either can't fit them or they run out of space. So next we'll take you in the lodge. This is where we have a lot of our Hoyt universities when we bring dealers in and do trainings. We have sales meetings in here and other management meetings. So this is one of the coolest rooms here.
Come on, Jared. Ah, look at this.
So we just teach them, general good sales practices and merchandising practices and marketing and advertising and just all that different stuff. So
Making them part of the family.
yeah.
Very awesome. Shooting lanes are next.
This is where I spend most of my time at Hoyt. Yeah, so this is the employee shooting lane. Employees can come in before work or during lunch, after work, and just come in and shoot. And during the summer, most of us go outside. We have a shooting lane outside as well. But during the winter, we get a lot of practice in here, a lot of time shooting. And then this is kind of a cool. This is our employee brag board. Just almost all the employees here are passionate about archery, bow hunting, love shooting, love hunting, and so we just have a place where they can hang their photos and share their hunting trips or their tournament success or whatever the case may be. This is where it all happens.
Secrets. This is awesome.
We have a lot of imagery in the factory just because everybody's passionate about it. So
definitely
we have
inspiring.
it hanging up with remember every day why we're here and what we love to do.
Inspire you a little bit. That's awesome. You got the dream job, man. Yeah, and distract. Yeah. It's taken a couple weeks just to get warmed up to the working here part.
Yeah. So back here, this is our R&D, research and development, our engineering, our maintenance department. So a lot of cool stuff goes on back there. Our carbon lab is back there, our testing lab where we test all our bows, our dry fire machine, all that stuff is all back there. Unfortunately, we can't show it to you, but it's really cool back there. They do a lot of really cool stuff. Every time the engineer comes out with a new model, he has to dry fire that 1,500 times. So that's for the riser. The riser can't crack, can't bend, anything. The limbs have to go 1,000 dry fires. Usually they'll last full 1,500 without any cracks or anything. So, you know, you might get a string break or something like that.
How about the cams?
But
cams
the bow
hold up?
itself, the cam's going to hold up. We have a pretty high test standard. You
That's
know,
awesome.
It can't go to the public until it's past 1,500 dry fires.
That's awesome. Good to hear. That means they're safe. Well, here we are at the Hoyt Factory. It's kind of secret around here. We can't show you a lot, but Jeremy's going to take us up on the catwalk. We'll be able to take some broad views and broad shots of the factory. This is where all the magic happens before the magic happens out in the field. So these guys are in here working hard. As you can see, they're putting together risers here in this station. Looks like they got some limbs behind me back there. Pretty awesome. I'm like a kid in a candy store here. This has been a dream of mine for years to come check it out. It's a new facility in the last year and a half, and it's definitely state of the art, and they're definitely doing it right here at Hoyt. Pretty cool. On the catwalk, they call this, looking down. This is kind of where the bigwigs come up and supervise all the employees, make sure they're doing their job.
No, not really. This is just for tours, actually. We built this in here just to do tours.
They don't have to check on their employees. They only hire the best here at Hoyt. Who are you kidding? How many bows a year is Hoyt putting out?
I can't tell you.
That's a secret.
Yeah,
a lot.
that's a secret.
Right.
That's one of the secrets. All the bow companies are privately held, and nobody releases their numbers.
Right.
So
what are we doing down here? What's this guy doing?
he's just machining. I don't know what he's got on there, pockets or something. So while there's one in there being machined, the other one comes out and he switches it over while they'll machine it, and then they'll switch places.
Just from a raw block of aluminum there, that machine's doing it all.
Yeah. You know, I mean, a 50-something pound block of aluminum, and then, you know, at the final process, you end up with a 1.5 pound riser. So quite a bit of machine work goes into to produce our risers. So this area, this is final assembly, and this is just where they do the final assembly, final inspection, puts it in the box, puts it on the brown truck. Maybe it has your name on it, Steve, I don't know.
Ships it to me. What? Maybe. This is awesome, man. Absolutely awesome. I appreciate your time.
You got it.
It's been great. Well, Jeremy, man, I appreciate everything.
Yeah, you
It's
got
been
it.
a pleasure walking through Hoyt.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys got here all right.
Yeah, it was a long drive for me, 22 hours to get here, but it was worth every mile, trust me. I'd like to take a quick second and thank Jeremy Eldredge for that awesome tour. That tour has been on my bucket list for the last 1.5 years since they built that new facilities there at Hoyt, and it was awesome. I apologize we couldn't show you, the viewers, a little bit more, but it's all secrets. I mean, it's nothing but secrets, one after the other in Hoyt. There was a lot of stuff that I couldn't see, let alone stuff I could see but not show you. So I apologize for that, but if you ever get the chance, swing by Hoyt there in Salt Lake and go on a tour of your own. It's only open for certain months of the year because, again, there's too many secrets going on, and when they're building stuff, they don't let you in. But if you have a chance, swing by. Hopefully they can get you in on a tour. Let's get down to business here. What everybody is watching this webisode for is the review on the Hoyt Spyder. Well, let me start by saying 3 years ago, Hoyt sent me a questionnaire asking me what I thought the perfect bow for me was. And I filled it out. It was a 20-question thing, and I filled it all out and sent it back. Lo and behold, 3 years later, they send me what is the perfect bow for me. It's a 34-inch axle to axle, hence the name, the Hoyt Spyder 34. It's got a 6 3/4-inch brace height. It shoots at an outstanding ATA speed of 330 feet a second, which doesn't mean anything to me because I have a 28-inch draw length, so this arrow leaves this riser at a blistering 305 feet a second. This bow is absolutely phenomenal. The best bow Hoyt has made in the last 10 years. I've had it for about 3 months now, and I've got a little over 2,000 arrows into it, and I absolutely love it. Now that's what I'm looking for, the Hoyt Spyder 34, 50 yards, broadheads. I'm gonna pull them both, try to pull them both at the same time so I don't ruin anything. Can your bow do that?
Yeah, I really like it. This is insanely.
I just haven't really been, I mean, they improve every year, all their bows, but this is the most I've been impressed in 10 years, I think.
I mean, this is brilliant here.
The air shock's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. I think the two best features and most unique features about the bow are the new RKT cam and a half. It's absolutely smooth in the draw. It's got a rock solid back wall. It has very little to no creep. It's the best cam that Hoyt has put out in the last 10 years. Absolutely phenomenal. The new thing, and what I think is one of the neatest inventions in the last 4 or 5 years, is this little doohickey here that they call the air shock. This little doohickey here that they call the air doohickey. I can't believe I just said doohickey. Let's find out what a doohickey is. Definition of doohickey, please.
The definition of doohickey is something unspecified whose name is either forgotten or not known.
Well, there you go. So obviously at the time of me trying to explain what the doohickey was, I could not think that it was a limb vibration dampening system. So the doohickey is a limb vibration dampening system in this clip. Enjoy. The air shock. And what it is this is called the beyond parallel bow, because as you can see, the limbs are already parallel. So when you draw this bow, these limbs come down below parallel. And when you release your arrow, that limb goes back up to its original position. And when it hits its original position, it hits this little rubber vibration thing. And what that does, obviously, it takes all the vibration and all the sound out of the limb. And that's where most of your vibration and sound is from, is that limb slapping back up in its original position. However, with this little air shocks here, they have solved that problem and taken out all the sound from that limb, returning to its original position. This bow is phenomenal. It's got a lot of features, way too many to mention, but to me, it's the best bow Hoyt has put out in the last 10 years. If you are in the mood for a new bow or in the market for a new bow, you owe it to yourself to go to a pro shop, an archery pro shop, and check out the Hoyt Spyder. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the road.